Hi class, I wanted to welcome you back from Thanksgiving break. I hope that you all enjoyed your break and got to spend some relaxing time with your family and friends. Now that we're back, the semester is pretty much over, which is the good news. However, these last 2 weeks might get a little bit hectic. So I just wanted to provide some reminders of things that we need to keep in mind during these last 2 weeks. So this is our last regular week, which means that everything goes as regularly scheduled. Uh, you know, we have our assignments, everything is as scheduled. Next week is finals week, which basically means that the only assignment and the only thing we focus on is the final assignment. So during finals week, if you're taking in-person classes, you don't meet during your regular time. You only meet when your final exam is scheduled. Since this is an online class, we don't have to worry about that. The only thing we have to worry about is the final assignment. So with that in mind, the first thing I wanted to remind you of is to please make sure that you check your grade. Make sure that everything is accounted for. Make sure that everything is correct. If there are any mistakes, please let me know. I'm obviously not perfect, so I do make mistakes sometimes. So if you do notice a discrepancy, let me know and we could try to figure it out. Sometimes Canvas has made mistakes as well. Like I remember there was this one time where the student couldn't see any of their grade, so they got nervous, but I could see the grade. So luckily it hadn't deleted everything. They just couldn't see it for whatever reason. So if there's anything weird or questions about your grade, just let me know so that we can figure out if it's a mistake or maybe I didn't receive the assignment or whatever reason. And also make sure that you look at the comments because sometimes people submit assignments and I can't view or open the file. So I will go ahead and write down a 0 and then I tell you to submit the right file, the correct file. So make sure you look. If you did an assignment and you're wondering why you got a 0, go and look at the submission comment box and there I let you know what happened. And if you haven't submitted the correct assignment yet, make sure you do so. Make sure you email it to me. So that's the first reminder. Just make sure that everything looks good with your grade. Make sure that everything's accounted for because it's always easier to deal with any grade issues before the semester ends. And the reason for that is because we have a very, very strict deadline for grades. Grades are due the Tuesday after finals week. So essentially, I only have a few days to grade everything. With that in mind, I don't accept late work during the semester, but especially when it comes to final assignments, I cannot accept them late because we are all under a time crunch. And I have to submit grades by that Tuesday at 5 p.m. And when I say I have to because if I don't, it affects all of my students' GPA. So think about it this way. I have 120 students. If I do not submit grades on time, it's going to affect their financial aid. It's going to affect their GPA, which also affects their scholarship status. So submitting grades on time is very, very important. And yes, there are change of grade forms that I can fill out, but those take a very, very long time to be processed. And like I said, if I were not to submit grades on time, it would affect all of my students. So that's why it's very important that we submit grades. And in case you're wondering, well, can you submit everybody else's but not mine and I can turn in my stuff late? No, I can't because whenever I submit grades, it asks that I submit a grade for every single student. It won't let me submit the grade book unless I have included a grade for everybody. So as you can see, I have to have everything graded by Tuesday at 5 p.m. So because of that, no late assignments. Please make sure you look at the deadline. Please plan accordingly. If you work, make sure you do your assignment ahead of time or ask for the day off if you can. Don't wait till 11:58 p.m. to submit an assignment. Do not wait until the last minute because a lot of things can happen. So I would suggest you try to turn it in like at least an hour earlier. That way, if you lose internet, you can reboot your computer or you can go somewhere. I don't know. Also, don't forget that we have computer labs at every single campus that has free Wi-Fi. So you can definitely go ahead and utilize those and submit your work through there. So basically what I'm saying is save your work, save it again. Make sure you have reliable access to a computer and internet. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time. Don't put yourself in that position where you're so stressed out because you're cutting it short, right? I know that a lot of people can't help it and they're procrastinators, but finals week is not the time to be a procrastinator, right? So just try to plan ahead. You know, at least try to do it an hour before, so you're not submitting anything by 11:58, because it is finals week. I might not be checking my email. So if you email me an assignment, I might not see it. I might not grade it. And then I go ahead and I submit grades and I didn't see your assignment. So please don't run that risk. Just make sure you submit it on time. Make sure you look at the date. I know I keep repeating this, but I can't tell you how many times I've had students who email me after the semester is over and ask if they can still submit an assignment. Technically, I'm not supposed to ask for work or accept work once the semester has ended. So please keep that in mind. And the last and final reminder is to please make sure that you fill out the survey. I receive emails every single day letting me know that students have not completed the survey. And I understand that you're probably receiving emails every day too, and you have a lot of things to do. But please keep in mind that the survey is completely anonymous. And it does help me a little bit in knowing how your experience was with the class in terms of what I can change or what I cannot change. However, I respect also if you don't want to fill it out. So if you don't want to fill it out, I believe that you do have the option of clicking on I choose to not respond or something like that. If you click on that, they count that as a response. So that's an option that you might be able to go ahead and choose. That way they stop emailing you and they stop emailing me. But yeah, so those were the 3 reminders. Check your grade, make sure everything is correct. Make sure you look at the deadlines, at the due date. Make sure you submit everything on time. Give yourself enough time. And the last one is to complete the instructional survey for the course. Please let me know if you have any questions. I will be checking my email during finals week like I always do. And I will try to go ahead and reply to you as soon as possible. In case you want to meet, I am also available to meet through Zoom if you'd like to talk to me or you have questions in particular or anything like that. So I hope you guys have a good week. I hope that all of you are getting ready for finals week, and I wish all of you a good end to the semester.